name is Airole Warden. I'm with the COAS Coalition for Young Children and Families and the COAS County Director Network, all the way up, child care directors all the way up in COAS County. And before I begin, I really just wanted to give a shout out to New Futures around the amazing work they've done in the past year, especially around the last legislative session on childcare. They made sure that voices were heard, the voices of the teachers, the directors, the families, and the communities, and it made an impact. They wanted me to speak on one of these particular moments, and the first one that came to mind was the first time that I came down to Concord. It's a haul, it's about 3 hours, and I got my big truck, drove all the way down to Concord, couldn't find a parking spot because I couldn't fit, eventually did, and this was my first time in Concord in and of itself. And I had written a testimony on behalf of the child care directors of COAS. And in that, it was about 6 minutes long. And I got to the first place and they cut it down to 2 minutes. It's good. There was a lot of people testifying, but my 6-minute speech was now 2 minutes. And I looked to my mentor, advocacy mentor at the time, Lucas, and he told me, stick with the stories. If you have to cut everything else out, keep the stories. And I did. I told the stories about the police officers calling the child care directors, asking for spots so they could get police officers to keep our community safe. They were waitlisted. I told stories about the child care directors that I know, Jane, who had to close her doors after over 34 years of serving her community. Those are the stories that I still hold with me and that really made an impact in this last legislative session around the child care crisis in New Hampshire. And I just wanted to give, before I forget, a last shout out to all the child care directors, the teachers, the families, the communities, and the business owners that have made an impact. It's really amazing work and we have much more to do. Thank you so much. One more minute of your time. I apologize, but there's something I really wanted to share that kind of happened after I did that previous little video you watched. Was that I did a speaking event at New Hampshire Charitable Foundation, and the story I told and a couple others was what I spoke on, was how important those voices, those experiences, those stories are to making change and really bringing New Hampshire forward together, collectively, all voices, all communities. After I did my speech and everything like that, someone came up to me and she told me her story about how she has 2 little children. She's struggling to find childcare, holding down a job, all the things that come with that, and the struggle of having to do all of that in New Hampshire. She said, if you need a testifying story, if you need a testimony, I'm here to contribute my story to those collective stories that are making a change. That is huge. That is the whole reason we are out here, is letting people know your voice, your stories, your experiences make the difference. They make all the difference. And even if your voice shakes or your hands tremble, telling those stories will bring about change, lasting change. And that's really the most important thing. Thank you. And really, I am done this time.